You are insulting God with your prayers. You are insulting God with your prayers. You lack understanding, and that is our biggest problem. We don't know God. We don't understand his heart. We don't understand his heart desire. We don't seem to understand who we are even. And that is why one of your main purpose on earth must be to understand where you come from, to understand who created you, so that you will stop praying those insulting prayers, so that you will stop behaving like as if you are not even related to him, as if you are not carrying his nature, as if you don't have any familiarity or similarity or even acquaintances with his nature. You remember when Philip tried to behave like that in the New Testament. It frustrated Jesus. It made him angry. It angered him. It provoked the Lord Jesus, because he was trying to ask Jesus, why? Can you show us the Father? We've been walking with you. We've been living with you all this while. Will you show us the Father? If you could show us the Father, that's enough for us. He was trying to be pious. He was trying to look really nice and good. But that was a stupid act of piousness he was trying to demonstrate. That was, it was something irritating to God, to Jesus. Because Jesus said, I have been with you all the while. I have been with you all these years. And you are still telling me to show you the Father? You are breaking my heart. Then you don't know anything. If you see me, you have seen the Father. If you see me, you have seen the Father. And the way I want you to live after me is for you to know that from this day will you know that I am in you and you are in me. And he that believeth in me, you will know therefore that God is in him. So that when I'm gone, you will no longer be telling people to go look for God in heaven. When I'm gone, you will no longer be telling people to go look for God in the temple. When I'm gone, you will no longer be telling people to go look for God in some prayer meetings or in some night vigils or something like that. Even though those things are okay, but they should be able to find God in you. You should be able to manifest God. You should be able to reveal God, just like I am revealing him. That's why Jesus was not intimidated when they said, who are you? Show us the Father. I don't need to show you the Father. If you see me, you see the Father. Because I and the Father are one. I don't seem to be seeing Christians who are aware of this truth these days. I don't seem to be coming across Christians who are aware that they and the Father are one. We have put Jesus in a pedestal, in a category by himself. We have removed him from being a model to us, an example that must be followed. And he said we must be like him. We must behave just like him. He said we will know that we are in him and he is in us. But religion has scared us away so much that we are even afraid of even admitting what God said we are. And why do we lack the confidence of being able to talk like that? That I and the Father are one? Because we are not one with the Father. So how do I become one? How do I fulfill? And how do you fulfill that mission of being one with the Father, of being a God revealer and a God revelator, a God replica and a God image on the earth? That is your ultimate assignment. So that when you're at work, you are revealing Christ by the way you look, by the way you touch, by the way you speak. People are not even having questions anymore. People relate to you and they want to come closer to him. They saw them in the Acts of the Apostles, and without even asking for their identity, they said, we know these ones are Christians. They look like Christ. They carry the image of Christ. They are Christ's revelation and revelators. They reveal God even without us asking them questions. That is the essence of Christianity. Christianity is not a religion. It should no more be a religion. We have turned into religion. We have turned into religion. We have turned into religion. And that is why we must read the Bible. But the reason we read the Bible is not to be religious. The reason we read the Bible, let me tell you this now, is for us to be able to discover our prototype. God is our prototype. We are made in his image. You know what a prototype is? A prototype is like Mercedes-Benz that want to produce a new model of a car, of the Mercedes car. And they first of all will create a prototype, a model, an original model. That is what they call a prototype. That prototype is now what is duplicated and reproduced in several models. But the original is put in exposition or in display. And because so when anything is wrong with that car or is broken or anything, they go to the original to study it. They go to the original description, the original manual that describe the quality of that thing. So if you want to know how any product functions, go and look at the model, the original, the prototype. Our prototype is God. And in that statement, let us make man in our own image, tells us who our prototype is. It tells us who our prototype. Our prototype is God himself. And if we are smart, if we are wise, we are supposed to be discovering what are the ways I could find out about my original person. You cannot know yourself until you know the original source that you come from. You can never discover yourself until you know your prototype, until you know your source, your essence. So you can never know yourself until you know God. You can never understand yourself until you understand God. You can never know how to live right until you begin to know how to live, to understand God. That's why that story that I spoke to you in the beginning, that we go to churches that don't longer tell us who God is. We go to churches who never tell us about how he looks. So we don't know how we should look. We never go to church. We go to churches now who don't tell us about who God is, and we don't know who we are anymore. We go to churches where they never tell us about the character of God, so we don't know the character that we are supposed to be having. We go to churches where we don't longer know about the actions, behavior, and the attitudes of God. So we are all full of we have churches full of church members who don't have the right character, the right attitude, and the right response and reactions anymore. Why? We lose image. We lose the picture of how we are supposed to be. We need a mirror. That's why the Bible is like a mirror to us. When we read the Bible, we could see a reflection of the original person. That's why we have to read about Jesus, because he's the original man. He's the most perfect expression of ideal God, of the original. He's the most perfect reflection of the prototype in human flesh. And that is one of his most important missions on the earth. To live the God life, the ultimate life of the man in a human flesh, so that we might be able to see him as a model and as a perfect image of which we could look up to, copy, and know that we can live like him. That doesn't mean we're going to be perfect like him, but we have something to move towards. We have something to aspire towards. We have something to pursue. But if we don't have that image, and if you are not reading the Bible for that image, for you to get the right image of God, the right understanding of God, God will be going on this direction, you will be going on that direction. We will be living opposite. You might be going to church, you might be a pastor, you might be a preacher, you might be a miracle worker, anything. But if you don't know that the Bible is given to you to be a model, a manual that reveals to you how you are supposed to live, You will never fulfill the original mandate why you were sent here, to be a reflection of God. How many times have you gone to a church where they have taught you that your ultimate purpose on the earth is to be a reflection of God? Even where they teach people about purpose, they only tell you that your purpose is to be a teacher, your purpose is to be an engineer, your purpose is to be a computer scientist or something, your purpose is to be an artist and something. But that is secondary. The reason why you want to become an actor or an artist is so that you will be able to use art to express and reveal the image of the ultimate God. The reason you want to study computer science is so that through your trade, through your skill, through your mastery, through whatever specialty you have or your skills, you might be able to reveal and express God better. You might be able to talk to God about man, so that you might be able to reveal his nature, his character, his essence. You are supposed to be the extension of God through your gifts. You are supposed to be the extension of God through your abilities, through your skills. You are supposed to be the extension of God, and those gifts and those talents are given to you for you to better express him, for you to best express him, for you to best communicate him. Your gifts are for you to communicate God better. Your abilities, your talents are all put in you so that you might be able to express God better. Your ultimate idea on the earth is, first of all, to find out how the original looks, to find out the image of God, on a daily basis to discover a new God, a new picture of God, a new nature of God, a new heart of God, to discover how he behaves, to discover what he likes, to discover what he doesn't like, to discover how you could be like him. So how you could be like him through what you know, how you could be like him through what you have, how you could be like him through your knowledge, how you could be like him through your understanding, how you could be like him through your interaction, through your relationship, through your love. And if the Bible tells us something about God, or that this is what God likes, or about Jesus, about this how Jesus behaves, it tells us this is how I'm supposed to behave. Now, how can I use my gift to behave like that? How can I use my talent to express that? How can I use my ability to communicate that and all that? That is why we are created, and that's why we are given all the abilities we've been given. We are not here just to survive. We are not here just to make a living. We were not sent here just to serve the elements of life. We are not here just to work for Uncle Sam. We are not here just to work for the world system. We are not here to be a system, to be a slave to anything. We are already his slave. We are already created by him and for him alone. We are here for his purpose. He created us in his own image, in his own likeness. What a honor! We hardly even hear that in churches. What is the good in the church if you cannot hear the whole essence of your creation? What is the good in that church? What do we need such churches for? Religion is not doing you good. Religion is not doing us good. Don't let your Christianity be turned into religion. And I'm sorry to say, up to 90% of people in churches today, they are only familiar with religion. Not many of them, maybe if any, are actually familiar with the essence of God, the essence of faith. Most of us are there for what we could get from God. Most of us are there for what we will get from religion. Most of us are there for what we could get from heaven. Most of us are not there for what God created us for, or for what he wants us to do, or for what he wants us to serve, for the purpose that he wants us to serve. Most of us are going to church not for him. We don't even think about him. Whenever we think about him, we're only thinking about him in that he will give us something. He will bless us somehow. He will do some miracles to us. But we are not going to church to discover his heartbeat, his desires, his longings, his intentions, his desires for the earth, for us. And it's a pity and it's a shame. And I think I must write a book on this. Why are we here? You are here, first of all, to discover God. Because when you discover God, you discover yourself. Because you are from Him. When you discover His nature, then you know your nature. When you discover His attributes, then you know the attributes to develop in yourself. When you discover His characteristics, then you know the characteristics that you must work on. When you discover His book, His manual, then you want to eat it from morning to night to discover new attributes of Him, new qualities of Him, new nature of His. And so that you know, that's how I'm supposed to be. Oh yeah, that's how I'm supposed to copy. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to develop in myself. I see. This is my life. You are supposed to remake yourself according to what you are discovering in God every day. You are supposed to be remaking yourself, rebuilding in yourself the true nature and image of God the Father Himself. That is the whole essence of Christianity. So that I might better represent Him. So that I might better reflect Him. So that I will not be living my own life and He's living His own life. So that I will live His own, I will model His life. I only want to live His life. And the only life that is worth living is His life. Because I am His extension. I am His continuation. I am His image. I'm supposed to express Him. I'm supposed to reflect Him. I'm supposed to mirror Him. And that's why nobody should be seeking God where I am there. Nobody should be seeking for God. I should only need to show up for people to know how God looks like. I should only need to speak for people to know what God looks like. Thank you so much for watching our videos. Now we need to spread this word and we need to do it together. For that to happen, we need your help. Just 5 little steps that you could help us to spread the word. Number one thing we need you to do is to like the videos. Please go like this video right now. Number two, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Number three, we need you to press and click on that notification bell. You see the bell? Go press on it. And number four, we need you to go comment. Write your comment, good or bad, just write what you feel. Number five, share on every platform. Share on Instagram, share on Facebook. Just share and spread the word. Thank you so much. All right, blessings.